What's up, guys? I did a video earlier today. It was like 30, 40 minutes, but it was on photo booth and it didn't compile. So I couldn't upload it to YouTube, which kind of sucks because it was, 30 or 40 minutes of my time, but it wasn't entirely wasted because now I have, a general idea of what I'm going to say in this video. And it's not going to be completely, um, I'm not going to completely wing it like I did the previous ones, but today's been a good day so far. I just sent out like 25 emails, 25, 30 emails to a bunch of Division 2 and Division 3 golf coaches because I'm interested in going back to school, getting a good education, playing some competitive golf. Hopefully the golf can help me actually get into some of these schools because I know my standardized test scores wouldn't be sufficient. But my GPA at Hamilton was really good. My GPA in high school was really good. That being said, it was a while ago that I took classes in college, but hopefully, one of these coaches is willing to take a chance on me, and I'm going to be working out, putting effort in on my golf swing, hopefully every day, whether it be chipping, putting, um, hitting balls at the range, um, getting some cardio in. Today, we just got back from the gym. I decided I'm going to do the DK Metcalf diet. And for those who aren't familiar, he's traded from the Seahawks to the Steelers, my favorite team in the NFL. I'm a big Steelers fan. It's glitching. 1 second. There we go. I'm a big Steelers fan, and DK Metcalf, he's one of the most ripped people in the NFL. And he doesn't eat breakfast, he doesn't eat lunch, and he does eat a large dinner. In the middle, I think he does it's glitching out again. Sorry. He has in the morning he might have a coffee. I'm not totally sure. I'm gonna research exactly what he does, and I'm gonna kind of improvise based off of what I think is gonna work for myself. Because looking at a bunch of the statistics of the players and their height and their weight, I'm definitely on the bigger side, like significantly. What's up?
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta go now.
I'm just filming a video.
Say happy birthday to my mom.
Happy birthday. No problem.
Good job.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We're just gonna keep rolling. There have been some difficulties with the lagging in this video, and then my life coach popping in mid conversation. I completely lost my train of thought, but that's okay. In life, you got to improvise. You got to adapt, adjust, and evolve, and that's why us, as humans, have been, the dominating species on planet Earth and possibly in the whole of the cosmos. As this background is fitting for that state. Excuse me, from that statement. Um, but yeah, so basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop ordering food from fast food restaurants like Dunkin', IHOP, and McDonald's in the morning because I've been really bad about that. Um, and I don't want to be like completely prude. I'm gonna, still do, I still have my vape, which I'm working on, thinking about stopping, but I probably won't. I might switch to like Zyn. It's probably better for your body, but full send. I feel like I can still be athletic, um, and I feel like I can still be athletic with vaping. Um, yeah, I've been pushing myself really hard at the gym recently. Today was our first day back in a week, and we worked out pretty hard for like about 2 hours. I did cardio for 30 minutes and then worked out with the guys for like probably an hour and a half, which was on the longer side. I usually like to do hour 15 max just because I value consistency more so than like putting up huge numbers every time. I think that if you put up huge numbers every time, you're gonna get tired, and that's gonna carry over to other aspects of your life. But at the same time, I want to full send it. I want to push myself to the limits every time I get in the gym. This thing called exposure therapy. There's a lot of people there. There were construction workers there that were making a lot of loud noises. It was very overstimulating, but I just said, I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to be a masochist. You kind of got to be a masochist in this world that we live in. You got to love pain. Um, I think at some point or another, everyone in society's got to look themselves in the eye and say, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to sacrifice some of your pleasures, for pain? And I'm not saying that you can't experience pleasure because like I said before, I vape, and my eating habits aren't the healthiest. They're definitely pleasurable, but they're not the healthiest. And then candy as well. But I think honestly, we're all overly critical of ourselves. I think we can all push ourselves to the limit, but that's only if that's something you want to do. If you want to live a comfortable, pleasurable life, you know, go for it. That's awesome. You're tougher. I was at the mall, and so many people at the Aventura Mall near Hollywood, and there's so many people, and it just hit me. It's like there's so many people who work these 8-hour shifts, these long shifts. Like there's so many people out there who are so strong. Like for me, like I've only well, I've done well in school. I've only held a job for maximum like 2 to 3 months. Um, and it's just like it's mind-boggling that these people can work for 40, 30 years, 40 years at the same company. I can barely work for 3 months. I know I'm just taking an alternate path. I really try hard not to compare myself to other people because I think I have strengths that other people don't. um some of which being work ethic, creativity, willpower, motivation. um and I think one of the biggest things with myself is I'm willing to be vulnerable. Not display all personal information on the internet, but I think doing so really to try to help people who struggle with things that I struggle with. But yeah, I mean it's been a good day so far. Like I said, I sent out 25, 30 emails to college coaches. Hopefully they get back to me. One of them's already got back to me and said that they're filled through the 2026, 2027 season. I'm not sure exactly when I would be going back. I just said, my messages, I said I'll be interested in joining your golf team over the next couple of years. So hopefully, they don't discriminate too much on my age because I'd be on the older side and the bigger side. But I'm gonna really try over the next couple months to the next, this whole year at, losing some weight, getting down to like 240, 250, getting muscular, working on my flexibility, doing stretching. Because I feel like if you're doing all those things, if you're waking up, you know, for me, like I've been waking up and immediately ordering food. It's the first thing I do. Waking up at like 4 or 5, ordering food on DoorDash, which is really expensive. So if I, allocate all of that money I spend on DoorDash to investing in my health, um, I'm going to become a much healthier and more productive, and I'll probably face less difficulties doing so. I think, like I said before, whenever you're doing the right things, whenever you're treating your body well, um, I think that your body responds in a way that you feel a lot better generally. You're still going to face obstacles likely, but you're going to feel a lot better more of the time. And you're going to be able to stack, productive and good days together. Um, but exercise, it clears your mind. Um, Whenever you're exercising and it's painful, you're callousing your mind and your body, so that I can handle more strain. Um, but yeah, I think, with my legs, I'm not sure if I'd be able to get back into yoga. Um, but definitely some stretching. I'm gonna look up online, see stretching specifically for the ruptured disc. What is it called? Sciatica. a slip disc, like stretches for a slip disc, and stretches for people that have like ACL, LCL ruptures in their legs. I'm not sure if that even exists, but might as well check it out. I'm sure it does. There's some information about everything on the internet nowadays. It's actually incredible. We walked into the local grocery store today. Me and one of my life coaches, and you just walk in. There's just so much food. It's actually insane. Like, do we realize like how much you know work goes into making all of these aisles like super nice, clean, and organized. And a lot of people are spending a lot of time doing that, and we don't really see their efforts. These are the people that I'm kind of alluding to that go, do like the house cleaning at hotels. You don't really see them too often. People, in washing dishes in the back of the restaurant, you don't really see their efforts. Even, cooks, you don't really see their efforts. There's so many people that are grinding just to stay alive. I think they're fighting with their survival instinct, and if we could get those people out of the the cycle of poverty and the cycle of it's almost like I wouldn't call it slavery because the conditions are much better, but almost like indentured servitude. And I mean, it's you know working in a restaurant nowadays is really difficult, and you got to be a very strong person. So I applaud anyone who works in a restaurant. Um, but yeah, I mean, so some of the things I talked about in the video that I made earlier today that got deleted, one of them was about toxic masculinity. Um, I feel like as a society, a lot of males have been, raised to objectify women. I think porn, is, a place of like is a reason why a lot of people objectify women. A lot of people to see a woman for their body and not for their personality. And it's just something that I think all of us as males can work on. Just really appreciating a woman for who they are. Yeah, like you might be attracted to some people, might not be attracted to some people based off of what they look like. Some people might have higher standards, and some guys would like a girl with this or that, yada yada yada. But just try not to just um, try not to what am I looking for? Try not to. This is where I kind of get lost sometimes with my words. Because I can laugh about it. Don't simplify like um, I can't find the word. Simplify is the best word I can think of right now. Don't simplify a woman just based off her looks. Because I don't think that's gonna get you very far in you know a meaningful relationship, which is something that I think we should all be looking for. But I understand some people are just, they're young, even older people just want, um, they want to have sex, and that's okay too. I mean, that's just what some people want, and there are a lot of people who probably have sex, and it's not complimentary, but it's what both sides want. They're on the same page. They're engaging with each other because they both want the same thing, which is awesome. The problem arises whenever one person wants sex and the other person doesn't, but they feel pressured to have sex. But it's weird. Like I don't know. This is another thing that kind of just pops into my mind. Does anyone else out there watching this video? Like I was at the gym today, and just I was doing really good, treadmill 15 minutes, or stairs 5 minutes, treadmill 15 minutes. I was on the bike, and this girl comes walking by, and I just get this like urge, like don't judge me for this, but you can if you want. I'm working on not caring too much what other people think of me, but it's kind of like when you see a really cute thing, you just want to like hug it or like I don't want to say strangle it, but like you just want to like hug it and like squeeze it. Um, like there was this chick that walked by whenever I was on the bikes, whenever I was grinding on the bikes, getting those big hamstrings and glutes. Um, deluxe. And um I have Tourette's. No, I don't. I love people with Tourette's. Though. I love you. I'm not making fun of you. Um, for some reason, like with certain people, and like sometimes with like small children, I just want to like have this urge to like hug them or not like hurt them, but like embrace them in like a weird way. That's the best I can describe it. And it happened with my mom whenever she was here. Happened with my aunt whenever she was here, and it's like very uncomfortable. It's like an uncomfortable feeling. I'm not sure if anyone, struggles with that. It's not it's not like with just like one person. It's like just certain individuals, usually small children or like women, like middle-aged women or women around my age. But yeah, so to cover toxic masculinity, the chick effect, where you want to squeeze in and embrace is the best word I can say. Um, Caress, embrace, whatever. And then this thing talked about Candy, my new lifestyle, which is going to be DK Metcalf. Shout out to you. Can transform this body 270 into hopefully 230, 240, 250. If I lose 10 pounds, let's say in a month, there's 4 weeks. So if I lose 2 pounds every week, that's 8 pounds per month. So I just thought of that right now. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to lose 2 pounds per week. Um, so that'd give me 8 pounds by the end of, it's almost the end of July. Where's my cursor? It's July 28th and it's 5:12 p.m. Eastern time. This day's flying by. Um, but yeah, so um what was I saying? Yeah, so by the end of August, hopefully I will have lost around 8 to 9 pounds because it's not quite the beginning of August yet. Hopefully by the end of August I'll be down to close to like 260. I haven't weighed myself in a while, so hopefully I'm not over 270 by too much. Once we get all the juices um, and sweat and internal wash out the intestines. Um, Hopefully I'll be down by 260-ish by the end of August, and then just keep going down from there too. Just simple 2 pounds a month following the DK Metcalf diet, which you can look up. I'm gonna look up. I'll probably make a video about it or talk about it tomorrow whenever I have more information about it. Um, and also, this is something that I learned from the Enneagram. Frustration. You see people that get frustrated, and then there are people that get like that are more inclined to be frustrated. There's people that are more inclined to live in fear or anxiety. So I mean, frustration and anger, and then fear and anxiety. The triad that experiences frustration is 8, 9, and 1, and then the triad that experiences fear is then 5, 6, and 7. So, if you're like me, I'm a 9, and I definitely experience, moments of irritability and frustration, not every day, um, but usually, like probably once every third day, I'll experience like a couple moments of irritation, which is totally fine. Like, embrace that, observe it, live it, and feel it, because it's trying to your emotions. The reason why you have emotions is because it's your body communicating to itself. And if you're frustrated about something, just feel it out, embrace it, analyze it, and then act. But something that is interesting. So like me as a 9, like I'm right in the middle of the frustration or anger triad. So if you're a 9, you're gonna either be a 9 wing 8 or a 9 wing 1. And those are both wings are still in the anger triad. So the angriest person, you know, possibly is the nine, if that makes any sense. Um, but I think the point is that me as a nine, whenever I see someone who's anxious, um, I just have to like, even if I can't empathize with that, well, I do get anxious. And I think anxiety is brutal. Well, I get anxious, and if I see someone that is anxious or think someone is anxious, then I just tell myself, oh, it's just like me whenever I'm angry. But everyone's different. Everyone's like a filter. They have their own filter. They have their own Enneagram type, their wing. Please, if you have not figured out what type you are, go online. It's like, excuse me, 20 or 30 bucks. It'll change your life. It's insane how accurate it is. It'll call out your BS and help you understand where is a good point, where is a good place for me to be, what jobs are suitable for my type, um, what do I struggle with, which you may or may not know after years of contemplation if you have contemplated before. Um, but yeah, today's been good. Like I said before, um, sent out a bunch of emails. I'm just gonna just reiterate what I said. We sent a bunch of emails, got one response, and that was negative. I'm assuming I'm probably gonna get more negative responses than positive. That's just me being realistic. Um, but I hope I get um, at least one person to believe in me because I know I can contribute as a leader. I've been through the process before of getting recruited, of taking the ACT, of sending in AP scores. I know what it's like. Even though I haven't played too much golf over the past 5 years, I'm getting back into it now. I'm taking courses at a local community college to get my mind back into school. That's another thing. I signed up for 4 classes. I'm going to drop that back to 2 because I'm going to be learning about real estate with one of my life coaches. And I also want to spend some time on Coursera studying Python. Really great program that Coursera has if you've seen it on social media. So yeah, I still have some thinking to do about what class I'm going to take for the fall semester at Miami-Dade College. Hashtag Sharks. Hashtag Go Sharks. But yeah, I think COVID was terrible and so many people died. A saving grace or a silver lining for me personally is that I got another year of eligibility, so I have 3 years of eligibility. So if I go back to Hamilton, I can spend 2 of those years. And they have a really good practice facility, both indoor and outdoor, probably the best in the NESCAC. And they have a really good golf course that we play tournaments at. But yeah, I mean, it's living with the discomfort and motivating myself. Um, just 2 simple things. But anyway, spending sorry, sometimes I just go on tangents, but um, deluxe. This is the deluxe dance. Yeah, this is me at a bar. Thought of a really interesting idea about the part like modern party scenes, but that's in the. I don't want you guys to take my idea. Um, but yeah. So if I spend, finish what I started at Hamilton, I was the number one recruit back in 2018. So that was 7 years ago. I haven't really talked to Coach Cup, which is the coach of the men's and women's team. Um, but yeah, hopefully she responds. She's a really cool person. Um, she's extremely talented at golf, being a mother, balancing being a mother and also golf. Her kids are probably going to be super athletes because her and her husband are like top notch speed golfers, and she's like the best woman in the world, I think, which is insane. I don't know how she runs the Hamilton golf program and also has time for her kids and speed golfing. Must always be busy, which is a great thing. That's another thing. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. That's why I want to take these classes, have real estate, have time for audiobooks, have time for FIFA, have time for Coursera, just have all of these things. And it's going to keep me motivated, working out, motivated my head in the right direction. Um, who knows? Maybe you know, everything's going very well right now, and I just got to keep it up and stay disciplined, and you know, whatever happens, happens. But I'm going to control my life as best as I possibly can. It's all about the reaction. Sometimes you're gonna have tough days, and you might get knocked down, and get sent back into some dark black holes. Um, but life's good at the end of the day. You just got to see it. We're all God's children. The universe cares about us. God cares about us. I kind of see the things as interchangeable. But yeah, so that's pretty much. Um, I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get some response from um, the coaches, but haven't really told too many people about my ambitions to return to Division 3 or Division 2 golf. I haven't told anyone about my ambitions to go back to Hamilton. Although I remember they call it Campo, the campus safety or campus police. I remember he said, he told me this is whenever I was going through a delusion. So, it was I was going through a delusion, so it was kind of like a little bit hazy, but I still remember he said like, if you ever want to come back, we'll be here for you, and that meant a lot to me. So that's just been kind of sitting in the back of my mind. And I think Coach Cup, she knows the talent that I have, or at least that I had at one point. And yeah, I mean, I think she's going to give me a chance, to be honest with you. Um, I think my academic record isn't going to be a problem at all because I've, 4.0 in high school, basically a 4.0 at Hamilton, and, A's at other colleges that I've attended. Aced my class at Miami-Dade colleges this summer. I plan to do well in the fall semester. But that's pretty much everything that's going on for me. Um, think about that frustration, anger, and anxiety, and think about, you know, please, if you haven't already, take the Enneagram test, take the Myers-Briggs. I think the other one is like it's called the Big Five. I think the Enneagram is the most accurate. It is scarily accurate. Um, if you don't want to hear like the honest truth about your existence, and your habits, and if you don't like being pushed, or um, if you just want your life to be the way it is right now and you're content with that, then that's awesome. But if you're kind of motivated to become a better person but don't know where to start, Enneagram is a great place to start. It's great for self-awareness, self-understanding. And guess what? The What's the word I'm looking for? Drum. See, I'm gonna miss that when I don't have a belly anymore. Just abs. It's gonna sound like um a saying or quote of Hamilton College. I'm not able right now to articulate the words. Um, the saying is "Know thyself." That's like the main Hamilton saying is "Know thyself." And I think through the Enneagram, they don't really teach that anywhere but treatment centers, and um, like residential treatment centers, and maybe there's some woke college out there that teaches the Enneagram, but I think it's an amazing tool. I think I'm 100% in. There's no doubt in my mind that it's very accurate, and I think it's helped and will help a lot of people. Um, but without further ado, I'm gonna go talk to one of my life coaches, and he's gonna help me um, get a little bit into the realm of real estate, and maybe I'll make a video later tonight and post it on YouTube, or maybe I'll wait for tomorrow, take notes, and then review those notes, and then make a video about what I learned specifically from real estate. Only talk about what um what I learned instead of jumping around from topic to topic. So that's what we got for today. Peace out, guys. Love you. Stay safe.